Hey guys, welcome back. It's time for one of our mini lessons. Today's mini lesson, we're going to talk about writing, and we're going to talk about writing a full paragraph. Now, a full paragraph needs an intro, a body or facts to back that up, and a conclusion, a way to end your paragraph. Now, if you're writing a story with a paragraph, you would want to introduce what you're talking about, tell some facts within the story, and then end it on a fun note. You could say like happily ever after, or and then we will talk about what happens next time, which means leaves it open so that you can tell even more stories or things along that way. If you're saying an opinion piece, what you want to do is start with your opinion as the opening or intro, have some facts to back it up, and then conclude by repeating your opinion and telling people why you think it's good. Finally, we're going to be doing a formal or educational writing. So we're going to be talking about facts. So we're going to have an factual intro, some facts to back it up, and then a way to end. So let's see how we're going to do that. We're going to pick a subject. I'm going to talk about plants because it's something that we've been talking about a lot. I'm starting with green just to give you guys an idea that this is the intro. This is where the paper goes from. So I'm going to start by saying plants are living things. This is a good intro because there's so many things that you can talk about with this subject. Now, plants are living things. Short, sweet, simple, easy to follow. Now we need 3 facts. So let's think about some facts that make plants living things. Plants eat. They need water, nutrients, soil, sun, etc. They don't eat the way we do, but they do need all of those things, and they take them in from the roots. So that's something that we could talk about. Plants reproduce. They have seeds or spores, or if you cut off a piece of a plant and then plant it in the ground, sometimes it will plant itself and you'll find more of those things. It's a really cool thing. Plants grow. They go from tiny little seeds and get bigger and bigger and bigger. So that's kind of cool. Plants have a life cycle. They go from seed to sprout to plant, to flower, etc. All of those things are really cool parts that we can write about. So let's figure out which ones we want to write about. We're going to pick 3, and I'm going to start with plants reproduce, because reproducing is how we start. We start as babies. We are living things. Plants start as seeds or spores or something else. They start as something else from another plant to become a new plant. So plants reproduce. And let's talk about some of the ways. In many ways, such as from seeds, spores, and cuttings. So these are all things that we've talked about. Okay? That's our first sentence with some facts. Plants reproduce in many ways, such as from seeds, spores, and cuttings. Now, once we're born, what do we need? We need food and everything else that keeps us going. So let's talk about that. Plants need nutrients. And let's put in a little subtext. So we're putting in a little to say what things they could get nutrients from, like soil, water. Sometimes they take their nutrients from water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide to live. Okay, there's our sentence number 2. Nice long sentence. And then what else do we want to say? Well, after you eat, what's something that kids do? They can grow. So plants can grow. Ta-da! Okay, now, how do we end this? Well, there is one other fact that we talked about, is that plants are part of a life cycle. Well, how does a life cycle go? You go from birth to growing to reproducing to dying. So dying can be part of this story because it's a part of a living thing's life cycle. It's not a horrible thing all the time, but it is something that happens to every living thing. So let's talk about that. And it's a good stopping point because honestly, what more could stop you? Plants are living things. So I'm repeating what I wrote before. And therefore is one of my favorite words. It's so much fun. Dying is part of their life cycle. Whoa! So plants are living things. Plants reproduce in many ways, such as from seeds, spores, and cuttings. Plants need nutrients like soil, water, sunlight, and carbon dioxide to live. Plants can grow. Plants are living things, and therefore dying is part of their life cycle. That's a good point to end on. We also could have extended this and said plants are living things, and therefore dying is part of their life cycle, but they can also die as part of a food chain. And then we could have another full paragraph about what is a food chain. I'm not going to do that now, though, because that's a lot of work. So I hope this helps you guys write a little bit better. Miss Kay is having some brain farts, and let me tell you, it's hard when you can't think of the word. And I totally understand when that happens to anybody. You are always welcome to try to find another word or ask someone the word when you're around me, because I will do that all the time. All right. I hope you all have a great day. Take care. Bye.